academia. You understand rankings in academia. You know what is ranked lower, what is ranked higher. I'm not saying the value of a person teaching in a college is less or should be less. They are doing a huge service to the nation by teaching very large numbers of people. But there is a gender story here that you are looking at. And I don't think I even have to tell you, but let's think of colleges as the basement of the academic pyramid. You know, and that is where you find most of the women who are joining academia, 43.6%. And then you move to central universities, which are considered to be more reputed, and you will find that the number starts decreasing. You get 18%, and then you go to NITs, which the number decreases yet again. National Institutes of Technology, they come right after the IITs, and embarrassing to people from the IITs and the Indian Institute of Science, where C.V. Raman uh, studied and taught and became a Nobel Prize winner from, is also an institution which is considered, and it is in global rankings. It's considered, all these institutions are in global rankings, but you see what their number is. The percentage of female faculty barely touches 11% in these institutions. And so, again, you know, this for me became like a research problem to think about what was going on here. Why do we get these stark barriers? I also want to illustrate that when you look at separate disciplines, you see the same kind of hierarchization. Now, chemistry is considered to be a very female friendly discipline compared to physics, which is considered to be more abstract, or mathematics, which is considered to be more abstract. But interestingly, you find more women in physics and maths and very few in chemistry. So, another puzzle to be solved as to what is going on there. So, what is interesting is that women again cluster in lower ranked academic institutions. And I looked at, you know, NIRF rank of institutions and the percentage of women present in these institutions, and there is an inverse relationship. Just to show you this scatter map, I mean, it's a little different, you know, to see, I mean, look at all the names, but IIT old is old, IIT is more prestigious, IIT new is new IITs. But you can, most of you, if you are from Delhi School of Economics, you'll be able to read this graph very easily. So again, why? You know, and in IIT Delhi itself, our own Department of Chemistry, 52% of the PhD students are female, and the number of female faculty is 3, and it has ranged for over 3 in number over 65 years. And there were times when there was zero female faculty, there were times when there was one, there was times recently they recruited more, and I'll tell you why that recruitment happened. And but again, a major question, because you know what is interesting is if so many women are graduating in sciences, why should sciences suffer the gender disparity problem? Engineering I can understand, you know, there are a fewer women in engineering. So, but anyway, another issue here. So in 2018, 2019, the Department of Science and Technology put out a call for a pilot project. It's called Gati, Gender Advancement for Transforming Institutions. So it was meant for institutions like ours where the gender gaps were very, very severe. And at IIT Delhi, I led this study. We produced a 200-page report. We used mixed methods. We got all the quantitative data of the institute. We did interviews, qualitative interviews, focus groups, all kinds of things. And we mapped the entire gender profile of the institute, and we tried to understand, you know, what were the problems and what policies should be put forward to address the problems that we were identifying. So a very evidence-based type of approach that economists will be familiar with. I'm always happy to share the link to this document. Out of 30 institutions, I think I'm the only one who has made the study public. And it is important that all the studies of the 30 pilot institutions be public, but that is something for DSE to decide. So part of what we did in Gati was to map all our departments. And this is very large departments, important departments in IIT Delhi. If you can see the numbers, look at electrical engineering. The total number is 58, there is one woman. Just recently, the number has gone up to 61 and two women have been brought in. But that department just operated without being bothered by the fact that lot of female students are there. Not that only female teachers can teach female students, but they are important for other reasons that I mentioned before. If you look at, so many of these, look at chemistry, 33, 3, that also just very recently, those numbers are recent. It is a picture that I think definitely calls for a lot of introspection from on the part of institutions, and the whole project was about institutional responsibility. Society will change when it has to change, right? It changes slowly, but can institutions do something to address the problems of gender gaps? And I think that was the and a lot of people today are saying that the attitude should not be fix the women, it should be fix the institutions, because women can be told to work harder, be more motivated, बच्चों को घर छोड़ाओ अपना सारा 24 hours यही लगाओ. Lots of advice is given to women, and develop male leadership characteristics, etc., etc. But it's an institutional responsibility, and I'll come to what are some very basic fundamental institutional problems that institutions don't think about, because they have always been male dominated institutions. There is no gender lens on anything, and the whole point is to introduce this gender lens through projects like Gati, and now many people have them. This was the photograph I wanted to show you. This is all heads, directors of IITs, ISERs, NITs, you name it, ISC in Rashtrapati Bhavan. Well, I don't have to say what is missing here, right? This is in fact, our previous director, Professor Ramgopal Rao, who had asked me to, lead that Gati project. He shared this photograph with me because he is in the photograph. He is the person on the extreme left sitting. So he said, "Look at this," and I must